Hello there, everyone. My name is Maria the Hedgehog, and today I will be reading you all Chapter 9 of Daughter of Raven and Robin, a Teen Titans fan fiction written by the Shadow Lioness. Now, this is apparently a sequel to The Raven and the Robin, which Sonic and his friends read. And I decided to give Chapter 9 a read. Before we begin, Shadow Lioness, I want to thank you very, very much for giving us permission to read your stories like this one. I have a feeling that this is actually going to be a really good story. Now, without further ado, everyone, let's get reading. When Rosalie was 18 years old, it meant that she is now an adult, so she's free to do whatever she wants. She was with her siblings and her best friends in the Titans Tower. All their parents were on their mission, so the kids were left to be by themselves. We should introduce our boyfriends to your siblings, Vanessa said. Well, we could, as long as my mom and dad don't know about this, Rosalie replied. My parents will kill me if they see me with Kid Wicked. He was a villain in the past, but he's going to change. We'll do the same with my mom and your parents too, Vanessa, Starflight added. Well, I guess they can visit for a bit, Rosalie said, as she called up Kid Wicked, Seymour, and Billy Numerous up to the Titans Tower, so they could meet the rest of the Titans who were in the tower. Renesmee, who is 15 years old, was in the living room with Malachua when Rosalie, Vanessa, and Starflight walked in. Renesmee, just letting you know that our boyfriends are coming to visit. It is time you meet them. All right, Vanessa, Renesmee said. Rose, aren't you going to get in trouble for bringing Kid Wicked in the tower? Yeah, well, maybe. I don't know, Rosalie replied. Violet, who is now 13, walked along with Alicia, who is 11, and Emily and Leo, who are 9, also walked in the living room. All right now, they should be here soon, Starflight said, as Kid Wicked, along with Seymour and Billy Numerous, showed up at the tower. Renesmee, Violet, Alicia, Emily and Leo, this is Kid Wicked. Rosalie introduced her boyfriend to her siblings. That's your boyfriend? Leo asked. He looks so cool. Yeah, I know. He can appear from one place to another, Rosalie said, as Kid Wicked appeared from beside Rosalie to behind the couch. Like this, Leo, Kid Wicked said. Is it true that you were a villain? Emily asked Kid Wicked. Yeah, but since I met Rosalie and started dating her, I'm going to change to be on the good side, Kid Wicked replied. Wow, your powers are amazing, Renesmee said. What, do you have more than one copy of yourself, Billy? Why do you have more than one copy of yourself, Billy? Violet asked. That's because it's my power, Billy said, as a clone of him appeared. Yeah, Billy, you're right. Your eyes are so cool, Alicia said to Seymour. Yeah, I know. At first it was weird, but now it isn't, Seymour replied as the Titan showed up. What in heaven's name is this? Raven screamed when she, along with the other Titans, saw 3 of the high villains showed up. The first thing she did was she grabbed Kid Wicked. I'm in trouble, Kid Wicked said. We have told you once, then twice, and this is the 3rd time we are going to say this. Stay away from Titan's Tower and stay away from my daughter, Raven yelled at Kid Wicked as she was about to use her powers on Kid Wicked. Rosalie used her powers and defended Kid Wicked. Her powers knocked down Raven. Kid Wicked, you get Billy Numerous and Seymour out of here, Rosalie said to Kid Wicked as her boyfriend and her best boyfriends all left the tower. Raven! Robin rushed to Raven's side. Are you okay? He asked. Then Raven looked at Rosalie with an angry look on her face. Robin did too. I'm not evil. I'm not evil. I'm not evil, Rosalie whispered to herself. We're in trouble, Starflight said sadly. Oh no, Vanessa whispered. You all girls will need a private talk with your parents, Cyborg said. This was my idea, Rosalie said. I brought the villains here. Well, Rosalie, Arella Grayson, you with your mother and I will need to have a serious talk, Robin said, looking at his daughter. In Rosalie's room, Raven and Robin were inside the room. We let you get away with some things, but this rule, you went ahead and broke it like you didn't really care, Raven said. Why would you invite 3 villains to the Titan's Tower? Mom, Rosalie said, as Raven's rant continued. You could have betrayed us all, Rosalie. Now I would have hate to put my daughter in so much crap, if that was the case. But you had to invite 3 villains? They could have used you in many ways, Raven yelled at Rosalie. Your mother's right, Rosalie. You disobeyed your mother and I, Robin added, with his voice sounding more angry. Why would you invite them to begin with? Look, Dad and Mom, just listen to me, Rosalie shouted at her parents. Ken Wicked is my boyfriend. Billy Numerous is Starflight's boyfriend, and Seymour is Vanessa's boyfriend. What in the world? Vanessa was surprised. Raven was surprised. Sorry. Have you lost your mind? You know they're villains. Does it look like I care about my mother? Rosalie shouted back at Raven. Ken Wicked, along with Seymour and Billy Numerous, were villains in the past, but they're going to change. That doesn't even matter, Rose, Robin replied. We still don't trust them. And even what you said that is true. We'll just have to see when the Brotherhood of Evil and the Hive is all defeated. Ken Wicked is kind, even though he is a very laid-back person. He's sweet, and he was the one who saved me throughout my time growing up. And I would have been dead if it wasn't for him, Rosalie said. I don't care if he saved you. Ken Wicked is a high villain, and he will use you, Raven replied. He'll backstab you in many ways. Mom, can't you see? I love him, Rosalie shouted as Raven and Robin both gasped. No, Robin was surprised. Are you kidding me right now? Robin was mad along with Raven. You know he's a member of the Hive. I don't care. Ken Wicked is the best thing that has ever happened to me in my life. Plus, Billy and Seymour are the best things in Vanessa and Starflight's life. Rosalie shouted back at her parents. Can't you see that they're planning on something? Raven yelled. They'll use you in many ways than you can count. You need to trust them, and you need to trust him and my friend's boyfriends, Rosalie replied with a yell, almost a scream. They're doing what the Hive and Brotherhood of Evil are doing. Robin started. We as Titans must do what is right. You'll never be whoever you want to be, Rosalie shouted as she teleported herself away from the Titan's Tower while crying. She was in the quiet streets of Jump City. Rosalie began to run down an alley to cry as someone approached her. It was Madame Rouge. And this is where I will stop for part 1. Stay tuned for part 2 of Maria the Hedgehog Reads Chapter 9 of Daughter of Raven and Robin.